everyone, it's Emma, and today I'm going to do my manga collection tour. I'm just going to show you all of the manga that I own. First, I just want to update you guys on why I haven't filmed my bookshelf tour part 2, because I said I was going to do that in like February and then never did. I tried like 3 times. I even filmed like half of it. It just wasn't working. I didn't like it. It wasn't like something I was excited about. I felt like I was just forcing myself to do it. Those videos that you force yourself to do never turn out to be good in the end. So I decided to scratch it, and I'm going to figure out some different way to show you guys my bookshelves and like all the books that I own, because I just needed to do it a different way than like the normal bookshelf tour way. I will get it to you guys eventually in some form, but it will not be going up this week like I had planned to do. Without further ado, I'm just going to get into the manga collection that I own. I started reading manga 8-9 months ago now, but I didn't actually start reading manga on a monthly regular basis until like 5 months ago. This shelf is all of the manga that I have, and I'm actually pretty proud of it because I've read most of them. I'm gonna start with Orange, the Complete Collection 1 and 2. I'm starting with this because it was the first manga that I ever read, and it's still one of my favorites. I really love this manga. This one, I still recommend this to people if they've never read manga. I think it's a really good one to start with. It is about this group of friends in high school, and one of them receives a letter from herself 10 years in the future, and it's telling her things that she needs to do differently to save one of her friends. You follow this whole friend group through their journey and like emotional turmoil that they go through. I love the animation style. I think it is really nice and pretty and emotional. The pages in between chapters where it's kind of watercolor are my favorite. This was definitely a good one for me to start with because it is very emotional, and you guys probably know by now that I really like stories that pull you in and make you cry and make you care a lot for the characters, and I was really surprised by how much I cared for these characters. I didn't expect that from a manga, but seeing it in art form, it actually can be more emotional sometimes. Then I'm going to go through all the Haikyuu volumes that I own. Haikyuu was the first anime that I ever watched, or like the first one that I watched knowing it was anime, because I did see anime when I was a kid. So naturally, after I watched all of the anime, I picked up the manga. I've not read all of the manga, but I have read all the ones that I own. I enjoy the manga, but I enjoy it because I love these characters already. I do not think this is the easiest manga to read. I don't think it's a very good one to start with if you're new to manga. Compared to other manga that I have read, the pages are very packed together with lots of dialogue and lots of boxes, and that can make it a little bit difficult, or more difficult if you're not used to manga. I still love this manga. I definitely suggest it to everyone, and I suggest the anime to everyone. This one is about a high school volleyball team, especially these two characters who in middle school they met and they were rivals. One of them kind of swore to beat the other one someday in a game, and then they end up on the same high school team and they have to, you know, work things out, figure out how to work together as a team. What I love about this manga and this anime is that it is so exciting. It is so satisfying. Like, you know, when you're rooting for something to happen and then it happens and it's so good, it's like that. Plus, it is hilarious. It's so funny. Then I'm going to talk about Bakuman, which is also a Shonen Jump. I have read the first 3 volumes of Bakuman, which is all that I own. I love this manga. It is one of my favorites. I definitely think it's a good one if you're new to reading manga. It is about a boy who wants to be a manga writer, so it helps if you like know nothing about manga and how it works. It's really interesting to learn about the industry and what it's actually like to want to be a manga artist. And I'm obsessed with the art style. I think it is gorgeous. This is definitely one of my favorites, and I also think it's a good one if you're new to manga. Then I'm going to talk about A Silent Voice, which is this one. There's 7 volumes, and I own all of them. This is what the first one looks like. This one is about a group of friends who all went to, I think it was elementary school together, and the girl was bullied in elementary school because she cannot hear, and the boy is kind of the one who like started all of the bullying and then was in turn bullied himself. So this first volume follows them as kids, but the rest of the volumes follow them as teenagers in their last year of high school. They all come back together for the first time, and it shows them like dealing with the repercussions of everything that happened in elementary school and trying to heal from all of that. It is also a love story between the two main characters. This one I love so much. The art style is beautiful and it just is so emotional. This one has a good amount of triggers, which I've talked about in multiple videos, so I'm not going to list them all here. But be sure to check that out before you read this one if you're sensitive to some triggers. It was so easy to read, it was so immersive, and I didn't get tired of reading it. Like, I went from one volume right to the next one. I was so invested in the characters, and it was just one of those really lovely experiences, and I just think it's beautiful, and I'm so excited for the anime movie that's coming to the US fairly soon. Next is a series that I just started within the past week. It's called Honey So Sweet. I've read the first 2 volumes. I'm not sure how many volumes this manga has, to be honest. So far, I really love it. It's really cute, as you can tell by the cover. They're just really cute. It's a love story between a girl who's kind of like a loner, doesn't have a lot of friends. Her parents died when she was young and she was raised by her uncle. And then there's this boy who, they call him a delinquent, but he's actually not. I've only read the first 2, but so far I really enjoy it. I found this one because at my local bookstore there's like a very small stand of like the people who work there's favorite manga, and this one was on it, so I figured I would give it a try. I really like the art style. I like the way that the characters are drawn and their expressions. There's a lot of blushing going on. I'm not really sure how far this one's gonna go. Like, I don't know much about the guy character yet, but it is really nice for like something light. I needed something after A Court of Wings and Ruin because I was destroyed. I needed something that was like fun and easy and would pick up my spirits. Now for some that I haven't read yet. I have Fate Zero Volume 1, Death Note Volume 1, Natsume's Book of Friends Volume 1, Sailor Moon Volume 1. I actually have read like half of this, but I never finished it. I'm not really sure why, I just got distracted. Your Lie in April Volume 1. I picked this one up intending to read it right away, but then I actually started watching the anime, and I can't read the manga and watch the anime at the same time or I get confused. So I decided I would finish the anime first and then read the manga because the anime is only 1 season, so it will be really easy to finish. I'm mostly done with it actually. And then I can't wait to get to this one because I love this story already so much. These are some random ones that are bigger so they don't fit on the shelf. First one is Reindeer Boy by Cassandra Jean. I have read this and I loved it. I think it's technically a graphic novel, but it looks like manga style. I'm a huge fan of Cassandra Jean's artwork. Like, I'm crazy over it. I love it so much. Like, I bought the Shadowhunter coloring book just because I wanted to see all the artwork. I knew I was gonna love this before it ever came out, and I did. I loved it. It was great. Then I have the first collection, I think, of Princess Jellyfish, which is one of my friend's favorite manga, so I figured I had to try it. I'm planning to read this one this month. It sounds like something I'm really going to like. I just have a feeling I'm gonna love it. These first three of the Maximum Ride graphic novels, I have read all of these, and I love them. I think they're really good. I think the art style is really good for the story, and it's fun to reread this story in graphic novel form because I haven't read these books since I was like 13. But when I was 13, I loved them. These are books by James Patterson that were made into graphic novels, and it's about these kids who were experimented on and now they have bird wings and can fly. But they're kind of on the run, they've been living on their own, and there's all this like crazy, twisted stuff going on with these scientists. It's super funny. I don't know if I've ever laughed as hard as I have in this one scene of these books. Sometimes I just mention it to my brothers still, all this time later, and we all laugh. The last thing that I have on my manga shelf are some comics, which I've not read any of these. I've read half of most of them, but I discovered that I'm not really a comics person. I don't like it as a form of storytelling as much as manga. I'm not sure why, because it's very similar. But these are the ones that I have, so I will show them to you guys. And I've heard amazing things about all of them, so I'm sure they're great. First one is Zodiac Star Force. This one I really wanted to be an anime because it's so cool. It's like this group of girls who fight evil together, and it's very diverse and very colorful and girly and awesome. Then I've got Paper Girls. All I know about this one is that it takes place on Halloween. I love the art and the colors of this one, which is why I got it. Even though I don't like this as a form of storytelling, sometimes I still look through them just for the colors and the inspiration that it gives. Then I've got Deadly Class. This one is about a high school of people who are assassins, I think. And the last one is Saga Volume 1. I know that this one is amazing. A lot of people love it, and it's like intergalactic forbidden love or something like that. Those are all of the manga that I own. I don't know which one is like my favorite. I have a hard time ranking manga because I like them all in different ways. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. I miss Summer Reads a lot on all of my social media, which I will link down in the description box. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time with a new video.